And so now, thanks for coming and for braving this crazy storm.
Yeah,
if you're watching online, you should know how much these people went through to get here. Like, the building rattled with that lightning clap. I felt it. So thank you for coming.
A bit about, so you said that you've done these kinds of podcasts before and stuff. That triggered in my head, you just got back from New York, I believe it was?
I did.
Was that in association with Qtopia and that kind of, that vein of what we're doing here? Or?
This trip happened to be a personal one. I went to a friend's wedding and another friend's bachelorette. However, I do travel a lot. I get to travel a lot for Qtopia and to go to the festivals and, particularly like Adelaide this year. That's where a number of the artists that you see as part of Pride Fest, we met there and we started to network there, and that's the beauty of this beautiful independent community. And my next trip is over to the Edinburgh Fringe to do the same thing for Qtopia and to go on a glorified shopping trip, you might say, and see what can we bring back, what is making waves in queer theatre around the world, and how can we bring either the artists themselves or their scripts, how can we license those and give Australian artists an opportunity to take on these great works. So I think that is really, really something I'm looking forward to. But I think it's almost like an occupational hazard at this point, that it's like everywhere I walk in the world and everything I read. Like, I went into the drama bookshop in New York, which is like a theatre kids lolly shop, like it was like, my eyes. And it's my favourite spot, so I always go in there, and like, I've always been on the hunt for like really strong feminist pieces, because that as a director is what I like to do. And this time, everything that said anything to do with the queer community, I was like, bing, 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 must buy it all. So I have come back with a lot of scripts, and I hope that you'll see a lot of them on this very stage. So I think it's always now looking for Qtopia, but...
Look, artist deserves breaks too, I know, like, we almost never have any, so...
No, because your brain is never off, right? You're always creating, and if you're not creating, then you're thinking of, like, promotion and publicity, and, to Hannah's point before of, like, that 85-15 split, I was like, well, that's still pretty solid. I think I might be at a 90-10. So, but it's because you just want to share it.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to have all of these ideas and to have this passion for creating stuff, but then we want to fill this every night, and this is only the 6th night of Pride Fest, and we've had over 350 people in 6 days come through to enjoy theatre made by the community. And I will say as well, to Claire's point, when she mentioned that Nepo Baby happens to be queer, but it's not the centre of the story, and that's something that I don't feel that we have gotten enough of lately in Sydney. I feel that it's very much been, if you're telling a queer story, it's queer, and it's, I don't want to criticise, but it's almost a little bit tick boxy, and that's very much not what we're here for. Here, that is the last thing we need to know about you, because you've come through our door, and that's step one. And everything that we need to know is, what is your art, and why do you want to tell it? What is your story, and how do we need to get it out there? Why does it need to be heard? And that has been a very liberating experience in terms of programming for both the Pride Fest and for our 2024 season. It's seeing people who have this passion to tell a story, who don't have to tick a box for once. They're not a quota here. You're the whole place. It's what it was built for. It's quite literally where we're sitting in the loading dock theatre, which is, its name comes from the fact that this is the area of the former Darlinghurst police station that was originally for trams, then wagons, and then trucks, where they would park, close the roller door, and kick those in their capture out into the cells that are just on the other side of the door. And so we wanted to retain its name to make sure that the purpose of this area didn't get lost in history. We've also retained in our foyer all of the original bars and bricks. And I am very proud of the fact that it's gone from a place of bars and bricks and captivity and embarrassment and honestly torture into a place of music and drama and conversation and discussion, and that's really beautiful that now that's what sings through here, and it sings right through the bricks and mortar that will always stay here in honour of what came before us.
What Qtopia is doing really well, and what the stories are doing really well that you've brought into your Pride Fest season, is, and I mean our guests have talked about it tonight, they're not gay characters, and that's it. It's a story about being gay. Yeah, it's not about being gay for the sake of being gay. It's like being gay, being queer, sorry, is a part of who they are. And the story doesn't necessarily revolve around that, and it doesn't have to. It almost does a disservice to people who are queer to have like a character that's kind of off to the side, and we're doing whatever normal shit we're doing. And they go, what about gay guy? What do you say, gay guy? And then gay guy's like, yeah. And it's like, okay, cool, let's bring it back to the normal people. Like, that's what media is doing at the moment. That's what stories are being propelled, but you're
I can
breaking
promise
the
you
mold.
one thing is, as long as I am the programmer, that will never be on
Yes,
our stage. Never. We've got 3 of them, and we can make a lot of noise doing exactly not that, because that sounds awful, and we're not having that here. So thank you. I think, you know, what is so cool, and I'll say as well to that, it's not only so unbelievably rude about the community and a discredit to the actors and whatnot who are forced to play those roles, it's also so misguided in terms of what people think the audience is going to want. You're not going to ever find an audience for that. It's 2024. Like, that's not what people want to see. And I think, you know, we've spent a lot of time thinking about what do people want to see, both the queer community and the wider community, because I feel I have a responsibility to the artists. We're in a theatre for independent artists. I want to see them succeed. I want to see these seats filled every night. So we need to get a big audience for everyone. We need a nice wide community response as well. This is exactly what queer theatre looks like now, and that's very, very exciting. And that is honestly something I think that all the wider community as well, you know, if you're in Sydney, you can be very, very proud of the fact that this is what the face of independent art looks like right now.
Thank you so much, Carly. Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you for the 4th time very shortly.
That's it, man.
That's pretty much it.
Our show's done. Get out of here. It's pissing down rain. Oh my god.
So thank you guys so much for coming.
Yes.
Please go see all these amazing shows and come out on stage. Come out again. So by all means, please take them all. Come see all these amazing guests. I also want to give a big shout out to our tech operator Katie, who came on 2 days ago to go and change our lives and literally saved us. So thank you. So if you need a tech operator, that's the girl. Alright, that's the one to get. So love you, Katie. Love you.
Thank you.
Alright, all thanks to Hannah as well for sending her my way.
She is amazing.
That's okay. That is okay. So thank you guys so much. We're going to exit right, left, right.
Exit right.
That's right.